Good morning. It's about, 5:15 in the morning? Oh my God. Welcome to Pitchwise. So, 5:15 on a Sunday morning. You might be saying, what in the world would this woman have to say at 5:15 in the morning? I got a lot to say. First of all, again, let me repeat. Welcome to Pitchwise. So, today is really going to be a crazy Pitchwise, but crazy creative. Not crazy in a crazy kind of way, but crazy creative. And what we're going to be talking about is, can you take what you have to make your pitch work? So, look, I have on this cap. I have on this burgundy color cap with a green bib or beak on the front. And I have on this fuchsia jacket. And I put it on just for you because I wanted you to take a good look at it. Take a real good look at it. Look at the colors and just think about the fact that she might be going to an event today which is going to give her the opportunity to pitch her product or pitch her proposal to someone for a service, or maybe to just pitch, some information to somebody, so that they might be able to move ahead and do something with their own particular endeavors. Whatever it is, it's still a pitch. Boop, boop, it's still a pitch. So here I am in this fuchsia jacket, this burgundy cap, and with this green beak on it. And it looks like it matches. It looks really nice. Now, for some, it may not be appropriate for a pitch for a product. Now, let's say the product was for, or the product was a plastic bag, a particular type of scented plastic bag. Now, for me, this plastic bag is fuchsia. It's a lighter color of pink or fuchsia. And for the outfit that I have on, I think it works because I'm coordinated. It works. It works. So, what would I say to the people about this bag? I might say, you know what? Hi, my name is Elise, and I am here today to present to you the greatest product in the world. It is my lavender scented fuchsia bag. It's a plastic bag. It is 2 mil thick, and it is the perfect size for your kitchen garbage pail. What makes this bag so different? It is the type of material that's used. Even though it's very, very seemingly thin, it's really strong. Strong as heck. And guess what? If I wanted to use it for something else other than a kitchen bag, a kitchen garbage pan, I should say, or a kitchen garbage pail, I should say, I could do that. I could do it. I could put it inside of a smaller, shallow plastic bin just to hold some supplies. I could take it and I could even put it on my neck and make a bow out of it. Ta-da! Would you know the difference? This is my design today. This is my fuchsia lavender scented plastic bag made especially for you, designed especially for you. Now, that was just something impromptu. It may not have been 100%, just like on point, but it was me. And I came just the way that I was, that I am. I came just like me, the authentic me. And you know what? I had to make it work. So this is a plastic bag. It's like, oh, well, that's crazy because she put a bag around her neck. But you know what? Did it make people stop and think for a moment? Did it make people think like, well, maybe it could be used for something else? Maybe I could make a bow out of it? I could. And look really nice. So what am I saying today in all of this? You have to sometimes take what you have and make it work. And it's not just the product itself, but it's what you come with, the accessories that come with the product, so to speak, because you are the accessory. The product is the product, but then when you come, you have to make the pitch work to the best of your ability. So let's say you only had a cap like this, and let's say you only had a fuchsia jacket. Maybe everything else you had was just not clean or dirty or whatever. What would you do? Not go because you didn't have a black suit on with a white shirt and a black tie, or maybe you only had a pair of sneakers, a pair of skips or a pair of Keds to put on, and maybe they were blue, maybe they were purple, maybe you only had a pair of cut up jeans, maybe you only had just a t-shirt, a plain old white t-shirt, or maybe it was blue, maybe it was green. The question now becomes, are you clean? Are you presentable enough even with what you have to make that pitch? And the answer probably is yes. And even if you were funky dunk or funkadunk, chances are the people who will be watching you, and analyzing your pitch will be up in front, and you'll be, a distance, not maybe a whole lot, but a distance away from them. And it will probably be okay. But then here's the thing. I know it sounds kind of crazy. Creativity, right? Make it work. Make it work to the best of your ability. Make it work. If you're kind of funky dunk, let there be a reason for why. Well, I came in here today thinking that all would be well if I just stood before you and presented my product. And you know what? It is well. My hair is knotty. It looks like I'm not all coordinated in my colors. And maybe I don't smell that good. Maybe I smell like fish. But the product that I have today is going to make you look at the way things are done with this particular item, this flush brush, in another way. The brush has a tube on the back that carries the scent of jasmine. And when it's put inside the toilet, the smell of jasmine, the scent of jasmine just fills the air. So I might be funkadunk right now, but I tell you, before I leave this place, you will know that scent of jasmine. You'll forget about what it was that I smelled like. Because sometimes we go through changes in our own lives and we don't all smell the same. We don't smell like we want to smell. But we go and we reach for the Glade. We reach for the Lysol. We reach for all kinds of different things. But today, this brush with this tube on the back that carries that scent of gardenia, jasmine. It comes in different scents and flavors. It's going to blow the world up. It's going to make it just beautiful. Now, that was just off the top of my head. I'm just saying. Creativity, that's what I'm talking about. Creativity, making whatever it is that you have work, even based on how you present your own self. I mean, I remember I was at a job fair. I had taken some of my clients to a job fair, and everybody was dressed pretty decent, but they were concerned because we talk about things like putting your clothes together properly, making sure your hair is combed, just the whole nine, the activities of daily living that will help you, to be presentable before people, before a crowd of people or whatever, or in the workplace. And everybody looked pretty decent. They were kind of worried a little. They were like a little skeptical and so forth because this was their first time going out to a job fair where they would actually be able to speak to some people, who were doing some interviewing, but like I said, we did mock interviews, so they were pretty much prepared. And it's all right to have jitters, and the whole nine. I already expected them to, not so much come out with the spiel like perfectly, but just to be able to stand there and just articulate to the best of their abilities with what they came with. with what they came with would be a success. So that's it, And some came, with sneakers on because they didn't have anything else. Some came with a t-shirt, literally a t-shirt, and presented. And you know what? Did it really make a difference? Did it really make a difference? Or was it more that the personality that they exhibited was the thing that stood out the most? Or maybe it was the inflections in their voice. Yellow is a bright color. So when we think of yellow, we think of, brightness, right? And then brown is more like, well, ba 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 da da da. So you know what? If they came with that inflection, that yellow or that bright fuchsia sound, just by vivid, you understand what I'm saying? Seeing it in the mind's eye, in terms of how they expressed it, then they might have been very, very successful, because when they walked out, that person who heard the pitch or who saw them would say, wow, they were pretty interesting. That the sound that they came with, I mean, they sounded very sure, and they were very, very pleasant and upbeat and blah, blah, blah. And so, those things help. Every time you do a pitch, those things really help. Like I said, you might not come, in the perfect package, just wrapped so beautifully. But when you walk in the door, you actually become that package. You become somebody might look at you and be like, oh my God, what? You know what I'm saying? But don't let that shake you. You come right on in there, in the package that you're in, and you make it work. And as soon as you open your mouth, wow. As soon as you open your mouth, they're going to know. Somebody said it takes like 30, well, the pitches are like a 30-second elevator pitch, or a 10-second or 15-second. But you know what? That is true. But when you walk in the door, before you even open your mouth, they've already read you. They read you to an extent. But to change what it is that they see in you, you're going to have to bring it. You're going to have to bring it. Express it. Come out with it. And again, even like we said in past episodes, if it comes out, in some kind of way that, you weren't expecting it to come out, or either it comes out like you want it to come out, but others think maybe different of you, don't even worry about it. Don't even sweat it. Every opportunity is an opportunity for growth. Every opportunity is an opportunity to continue to express yourself and get better, better and better and better, greater, greater, greater. Because your command of the audience, it grows, it changes because of the experience that you have now gained or are gaining, as you continue to, come before people. It's going to be different each time. And you know what would be nice too? Before you get before a crowd, or before you get before the people, just try your speech out, try your pitch out, in front of the mirror, tape it or whatever, and just check it out. You don't have to get so deep, but check it out and just see where you might be able to tweak some things, or just see where, it's like, wow, I can, all right, maybe I'll just look a little bit different. And you know what? Do the mock-up. And when I say do the mock-up, be dressed. I'll give you an example. I used to work at Cumberland Hospital in Brooklyn. And I am a firm believer that you have to dress for where you're going. So it's not that I came dressed up, in a gown every day to work, sweeping the floor, or I came, with, gold lame or something like that. But sometimes I came dressed. And like this one particular day, I came and I had on a long skirt. It wasn't sweeping the floor, but I had on a long skirt, like a maxi skirt, and I had on a jacket, and it was actually a suit, something that you might wear to a banquet or whatever, or to, a very formal affair. But I came dressed, and I also came to work. And when I walked in the door, it was like a pastel green, by the way. My supervisor, she said, Are you going on a date or something? Where you going? You going to a big affair? Now imagine I'm coming at 9 o'clock in the morning and I have on this outfit. And I said, no, I just felt like I wanted to dress up. But what she didn't know was that I was preparing myself for where I'm going. So I didn't have to just do it at home. I did it in the workplace because I saw myself, at a greater level or at a different position, a place where I would be, subject to wearing clothes, that were fit for particular occasions, like maybe a boardroom, and maybe my skirt was too long. Duh. But it was what I felt I needed for that particular time. Okay? So I'm preparing myself as I go, not waiting for the day of to make the decision on what's going to happen. I'm preparing myself way in advance so that, I'll know what I really want to look like, what I want to sound like, what I want to be like. You know what I'm saying? What I want to portray in front of these people. I think the worst thing in the world is to be in front of somebody and not command in the sense that you just know what you know. Come on. You have to be able to command. And even if you don't meet their criteria, you still have to know for yourself. To know for yourself. You have to. Now, I'm going to throw something at you. And I want you to just think about this for a moment. It's not a church, but this is a scenario that happened inside the Bible. Interesting scenario. So here it is. Jesus just came out of the wilderness. And then the Bible says that the devil or the adversary, Satan, took him up on the top of a building. And he said something to him like, you see all of this? See all this, man? You see all of this? He said, if you would do X, Y, and Z, if you would follow me, I'm just paraphrasing. If you would bow down to me, I'm just paraphrasing. If you would turn these stones into bread, I'm just saying. If you would just, do this, I will give you all of what you see. So imagine being on the top of a building, the pinnacle, and you're looking down across the all the buildings and the cars and all that right in front of you, right? And somebody's saying this to you. Put yourself in Jesus's place for a moment. So here we go. You're looking at this thing and you're hearing what this adversary is saying, but you know in yourself who you are. You know whose you are. You know who you belong to. You know what you're made of. You know all the stuffs that make you or that equate to who you really are. You know the quality that you possess and that you bring to the table. You know all that about you. So here it is. Jesus says to the adversary, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. So what does that mean? You're talking about giving me what it is that I already own. You're talking about giving me what I already have. Are you playing on my identity like you're greater than I am by telling me that if I do what you say, you're going to give me all of this? You're going to give me what belongs to me? So man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth. So what is bread? Okay, bread is sustenance, right? Bread is something that we eat, right? So imagine that talk is like bread. Because when you come before someone, right, you're giving your pitch, you're giving your spiel, you're giving them supposedly what you want them to hear and what they want to hear, right? Hopefully what they want to hear. So it's bread to them because they have to eat up what it is that you're saying. They have to eat it, what it is that you're saying. And then at some point be able to say whether or not it's a go, it's a good thing, we want you, or never mind, or, you're not the one, or tell us a little bit more, or, they get that opportunity based on the bread that you present to them. Remember, I said they have to eat up what it is that you say. They eat it. Now, they might not swallow all of it. They eat it. And then they're continuously checking you out or continuing to check you out. And some of it they swallowed and some of it they couldn't swallow because it just didn't sit right with them. It just didn't sit right. It's not a problem. It's not a problem, because if they feel that there's something about you that was worthwhile, something about you that made them like think twice, like, you know what, or be like, or like, yeah, I want to hear more. They'll come at you just like that. So man should not live by bread alone, just the eating portion of it, but by every word that proceedeth out. So you came with the bread, and as you continue to talk, the words, come on, they just came right on out, proceeded out of. With Jesus, it was proceeded out of the mouth of God. So at that moment, you were God. Now, somebody might say, now, wait a minute, hold on. No, you were. You know what I'm saying? You came in the image. You dressed in the image of a small g. Because you came commanding. You came knowing who you were. Knowing who you are, you came in the image and the likeness. You came like that. You came like yourself. You were created, and you are creative. So you came in that vein. I'm creative. I was created, and I am about to create something right here with the bread that comes from my mouth. The wordings that come from out of my mouth that's going to help them to understand what it is that I'm pitching, what it is that my desire is, what it is that, I feel would be a valued outcome, and just to know basically more about me, to get a good picture, a good snapshot of who I am. So much so that when I get ready to walk out the door, or when I turn and face, they're like, wow, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Yeah. And even if you were not the one that they chose, you still would have made an impact that would have never been forgotten or never be forgotten. Come on. So, you see this bag? Do you think that they would forget this? Even if they laughed at it, it would probably be something that they would not forget. You'd be surprised at the things that people pick up and just, they don't forget. And when I say pick up, it's because you were able to come to them with that word, with that bread. And even though they may not have swallowed everything that you said, they heard it. And whatever it was that they swallowed, it might have been connected to this bag. It might have been just this much. And they were like, wow, do you believe that he came with a bag? And how many stores have plastic bags? But the one thing that was different about him was he talked about the scent. She talked about the thickness of the bag, and that it could be used for something else. And she made a bow around her neck with a plastic bag. Oh my God, guess what? She probably could have took it at Christmas time too and made some bows, some decorations to put on the door. So it could be used for more than just one thing. It could be used for a multiplicity of things. Wow. Oh my God. So talking about creativity. Creativity. You got to be creative. Come creative. Come creative. Know that you're creative. You might have, now I know this may sound crazy, one shoe and one boot. You might be called shoe booty that day. But listen, make it work. Make it work. You have no idea how you being shoe booty that day would affect the people in front of you. And you're like, you know what? I got to give it to her. I got to give it to him. That was something that I did not expect. And you know what? I don't think I will ever forget that. And boy, it brought a smile to my face. It made me even laugh and think of some things. Listen, suppose you were, I mean, listen, God forbid in a sense, suppose you were homeless and you got an opportunity for a job and you were not able to get a pair of shoes, but you had a sneaker and you had a boot, or you had a sneaker and you had, somebody was like, well, I got one of those leg braces. Would you just say no? Suppose you didn't have any shoes and somebody said, well, I got a sneaker, and somebody else said, well, I got a leg brace or a foot boot. Would you turn it down? Would you go like, I'm not going to go because I don't have the right thing? Child, I would go up in there hopping, hey, how you doing? Yeah, why not? Could you tell us a little bit about how you hurt your leg or your foot? Well, I was on the train and, I had on these heels and my heel got caught between them. Now, listen, nobody's saying that you have to lie about anything. Nobody's saying for you to lie. What it is that, you can look back in your life, I'm sure, on your resume and find some things that may have happened. Now, imagine I said resume because we do have resumes. We have resumes of life and in life for all the different things that have happened to us. Come on, all the things that have happened to us. You'll find something. You'll find something, even if you had to say, I know it happened about 2 years ago, but I felt real comfortable. No, but honestly, I needed to do this today because it's necessary. And a few years ago, this happened. And I'm trying to cause myself not to go through the same experience again, or not to have myself go through the same experience again. So it's pre-maintenance. I mean, you'll find the words. I'm just saying, be creative, and you know what? Creativity goes a long way, and what you think might be stupid or might be dumb or whatever, you will find out that it's not that way. And who knows, you might have put a smile on somebody's face. They might have come right to that pitch and been like, you know what, I don't want to be here today. Oh boy, I'm feeling like, and then you come up with your boot and your shoe, or you come up with a pink sock and a red sock, and you have on your Nikes or whatever it is. They were like, well, you're really colorful today, and you have on capris, or you have on ankle, no, you have on calf length pants or jeans or whatever, and your pink and your red socks are showing. Listen, that's what you felt like that morning, and you felt like it because this is what was going to help you to get over when it comes to your pitch, or when it came to your pitch. Come on, think about that for a moment. So I'm telling you, creativity goes a long way. Now, look, I started out with, I got on this cap, this burgundy cap, and this green, with this green beak. And I have on this fuchsia color jacket. And to look at it, it looks like it's all together. It's coordinated in some ways, and then I have this bag. It's fuchsia as well, but a little lighter color pink. And, it's 2 mil thick. And it has a lavender scent to it. Ooh, so the garbage will smell good. It's great for the kitchen garbage, but I could even take it and turn it into a bow. They might say, this girl is crazy. But you know what? There comes a time when your creativity has to be in front of you. Your pitch is on the line. What you gonna do? Oh, I needed some jewelry today. Didn't think plastic was gonna be the way, but instead I tried it anyway, and it worked for me. Tell me, what do you see? That's just me. But you come with your own. You are an individual. You come with your own creativity. You come with your own ways of doing things. You come with your own stuff, the stuff that's inside of you. Make it work. Make it work. Make it work. You can. You can. So don't be twisted if you don't have everything that you need for this pitch. Maybe this one would be the only pitch that you would be able to make during this time of the year, and it doesn't come back again for another year. You mean to tell me you're going to wait another 12 months? And then they all of a sudden put something out there that says they canceled it. And it's like, oh my God, 2 years? Are you kidding me? Listen, get up and go. Get up and go. You don't have nothing to lose. You might have on that paisley skirt and that plaid jacket. But I tell you, if you come in there knowing that with that paisley skirt and that plaid jacket, your product could some kind of way fit right in with what your look is, or what your pitch might be. You tie it all in together, and they might say, wow, you look really colorful. Yeah, I am colorful today. I came colorful just for you with my paisley skirt and my plaid jacket, my pink sock on one leg and my red sock on the other. How are you doing today? It just depends on the mood that you're in and how bad you want it. How bad do you want it? Listen, waiting 12 months or 24 months to get it right, when you could actually take the situation just the way that it is and make it right to the best of your ability, because you just don't know what you're going to meet. You don't know what you are going to meet. What should be most important is that you got 30 seconds to do that pitch. You got 30 seconds and you're creative. You walked in the room and you brought the sunshine. We talked about that. You brought the sunshine. You brought the light of the day. What? And the light is just not going to go away. And as you walk out, they be like, wow, she had on a yellow sock on one leg and a green sock on the other. And she had a green streak of hair down here. Whatever it is, just go knowing wholeheartedly that you can command and you will command. And everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right now. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. And then you'll go the next time. One of my good friends said to me, Keith Anthony Fluid, he said in one of the tapings that we did for Vocally, so I think it was the very first taping, he said, you earn to learn. Not that you learn to earn, you earn to learn. So in essence, what that means is that when you're there in front of somebody, you now present it to them, right? You earn the right to go to the next step with it, or to the next pitch, because you learned something. So you earned that right. You took everything. You had a takeaway from what happened at that first experience, that first pitch. You earned it. You earned the right to go on to the next one because of what you learned. So it's not you learn to earn, you earn to learn. And as you earn to learn, each step gets greater and greater, right? And what happens is that you can command better. And not only that, if it's a money thing, you have earned to learn. You earned your keep. You earned your take because you went through the process. Come on, you went through the process. So listen, this is Pitchwise. Did you get that pitch? Boop. Creativity. You are creative. Bring your creativity to the table, not just in your product and what you're going to say, but even in what it is that you have on. Because you know what? Maybe you don't have the things that you really, really want or that you wanted, but are you going to allow it to stop you, or are you going to put that creative mode into effect with what it is that you already had and walk into that room with the confidence in knowing that either way it's a done deal. It's a wrap. I'm good. Come on. Think about that for a moment. Consider that. So this is Lisa. Elise, actually. So if I was going to go into my pitch, I could say, this is Lisa Elise. And I'm here today to bring you the bow of a lifetime. Boop. Whichever way I want it to be done, whatever the product would be. So thank you so much for tuning in to Pitchwise. Boop. I hope you got that pitch today. We'll see you next Sunday, 6 a.m. Bye now.